You ever notice how some blokes can smash it in one area of life, but deep down they can't shake the feeling that they're a fraud? Like they've got the business, the house, the family photos on Instagram, but you strip it all away and there's this heaviness sitting under their chest that they can't explain. Maybe that's you. Maybe you walk in the door after work and your partner's smiling at you, but you can't really look her in the eyes for more than a couple of seconds. You know there's stuff that you've said or stuff you've done, or maybe the things that you haven't done that just sit in the back of your mind. So instead of dealing with it, you pour a drink, flick on the TV, scroll your phone, or bury yourself in more work. It's the same when you're alone in the car. The music's blasting, podcasts running, anything but silence. Because in silence, those memories and regrets start creeping in, the little flashes of a fight you never apologized for, a mate you cut off without a word, a time you failed and pretended it didn't happen. At work, it shows up as overcompensating, chasing the next win so you can feel good enough for 5 more minutes just before that feeling just disappears again. Maybe with your kids, it's avoiding the hard conversations because deep down in here, you're scared you'll see yourself in their eyes and you won't like what you see. And here's the truth. It's not that you're lazy or weak or even unmotivated. It's that you're carrying 2 emotions most men will do anything to avoid: shame and guilt. And the longer you run from them, the more they run your life. Because shame and guilt don't always look like these big dramatic breakdowns. Most of the time, they hide in the tiny habits that you've normalized. It's in the way that you keep conversations just surface level so that no one gets close enough to see the real you. It's in the way you avoid your partner when she's upset because you're scared it'll open up a door to stuff that you haven't even dealt with. It's in the over-apologizing for things that don't matter while staying silent on the thing that actually does. And this shows up in your body too, like the tension in your shoulders every time your phone rings and you're not sure who's on the other end. That sick drop in your stomach when you see a certain name pop up on your screen. Or the way that your chest tightens when someone compliments you because deep down you think if they knew the real me, they wouldn't say that. And it's in your work, taking on extra projects so you can be the reliable guy while knowing you're running yourself into the ground, or chasing promotions or clients, not because you actually want them, but because you need something to quiet that inner voice telling you that you're not enough. And the worst part, you tell yourself you're fine. You keep showing up, ticking boxes, staying busy, because if you slow down long enough to really sit with yourself, you're scared of what might come up. Up until now, I've been talking about this weight and this heaviness that follows you around. But this is what it really is. It's that shame and guilt. Because shame is, I am bad. See, it's the belief that something about who you are at your core is wrong. It's not about the actual mistake you made. It's about thinking that you are the mistake. But guilt is different. Guilt is, I did something bad. It's about your actions, something you said or something that you didn't do when you probably should have. Guilt shows up and it says, that thing I did, it's not in line with the man that I want to be. And here's why they're so powerful. When you avoid them, they don't disappear. They leak into everything. See, shame makes you hide, it makes you small, it makes you avoid real connection. And guilt makes you overcompensate. It makes you try to make up for it in all of the wrong ways. Like, if you've ever been short-tempered for no reason or pulled away from someone that you actually care about, or chased a win that didn't even matter to you, then there's a good chance you are acting from one of these. And the hard truth, most men will do anything to avoid feeling them, even if it means slowly burning their own life down. Because when you carry shame and guilt but refuse to face them, they start driving every single decision you make. You tell yourself you're in control, but really you're just reacting to the discomfort you're trying to avoid. Now in work, that can just mean constantly overloading your plate to prove that you're valuable. You're chasing validation from your boss, your clients, your peers, because somewhere deep down you don't believe you're enough without that next achievement. Or it swings completely the other way and you play small. You avoid the big opportunities because you're terrified that if you fail, it'll confirm the voice in your head that says, see, you're not capable. And in relationships, it's avoiding depth. When things get too intimate or too raw or real, you just pull away. You might start arguments over the smallest things just to create space, or you go the complete opposite direction. People please, keeping the peace at all costs because the thought of someone being upset with you feels unbearable. That upset would touch the guilt you've buried in and you're not ready for it. And when you're with yourself, it's in the quiet moments, standing in front of the mirror, avoiding eye contact with your own reflection, because if you look too long, you'll see a man who's been avoiding the truth for years. Feel that silence with noise and work and gym, phone, porn, anything that keeps you sitting just still long enough to feel what's underneath. And the thing is, these patterns don't announce themselves. They hide under, I'm just busy. I've got a lot on my plate. I'm focused on my goals. But if you actually strip those lines back, what's underneath is simple. You're avoiding the emotions that would actually set you free. And the worst part, avoiding shame and guilt doesn't freeze them in time. It just grows them. Every month, every year that you sidestep them, they get heavier until one day you're not avoiding just one mistake or one regret or one secret. You're avoiding yourself. And here's the thing no one tells you. Shame and guilt, they are not your enemy. They are the compass that you've been ignoring. Because shame shows you the parts of yourself that you don't accept yet. It's the reason you flinch when someone brings up a certain topic, or why you avoid being around people who remind you of the man that you wish you were. It's not there to destroy you. It's there to show you exactly where you've still got work to do. Guilt, though, that's built different. Guilt is the signal that you've stepped out of alignment with your own values. It's that little twist in your gut when you remember a promise that you've broke. It's the heaviness in your chest when you think about the person you hurt but you never made things right with. See, that is your internal alarm telling you, fix this. And most men run from these signals because they're fucking uncomfortable. But here's the truth. The discomfort isn't the problem. The avoidance is. Because the moment that you turn towards them, they stop being this dark cloud hanging over you and they start becoming the exact roadmap back to your self-respect. Like, think about it. That conversation you've been avoiding for years, having it would fucking cut the weight in half. Or that apology that you keep putting off, it would build more trust in 1 minute than a decade of pretending everything's fine. That habit you keep excusing even though it's eroding who you are, and dropping it would give you back the respect that you've been chasing everywhere else. The feelings that you're scared to face are the doorway to becoming the man that you've been telling yourself that you want to be. Not perfect, not spotless, but real and solid, unshakable. The kind of man who can stand in front of the mirror and look himself in the eye and know that I'm not hiding anymore. So the choice is simple. Keep running and stay stuck, or turn around, face it, and take your power back. So here's my challenge to you. Stop thinking about it and pick one thing that you've been avoiding. Not fucking next week, not when the time's right, but right now. It could just be a message that you need to send, or the conversation that you've just been dodging. The apology that you've owed for years. Or even just sitting down alone, no phone, no distractions, and letting yourself feel what you've been running from. You don't have to fix everything today. brothers, you do have to start. Because let me tell you this, the longer you wait, the heavier it gets. And one day you'll realize you've built an entire life around avoiding yourself. So face it, name it, and own it. And then just watch how fast that weight starts to lift. Because the truth is, the man who can face his shame and guilt head on, he's fucking untouchable. He doesn't need to pretend. He doesn't need to run. And when he looks in that mirror, he finally sees someone worth respecting. I'll see you tomorrow.